Hey everyone, happy Monday. It's our Monday classes. We hope you know that you can always come and hang out with us. We like to be here every Monday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And these are meant to be bite-sized pieces of information for you so that you can take what you need on this journey, hopefully your health and wellness and life journey. And what we really want to do is to give you ideas and ways that you can really start integrating more intentional health routines into how you take care of yourself, how you take care of your family. So please know that you can come back every single Monday. We have lots of different topics and discussions. For those of you that I don't know, my name is Natasha Bell. I'm just one of the women in this community that really is just so passionate about lifting you up and connecting you to some of our favorite products that we have in our home. But it's more than just these products. It's about community. It's about education. It's about taking back the power of how you create health in your home. That's where my heart is at. So we hope that you'll enjoy this class. Feel free to share with a friend, bring a friend next week. We realize the live may not always work for you. So just let us know. We can hand over the recording. And again, we want this to be quick enough that you can kind of listen to it while you're on the go. And if you're able to just sit with a beverage or something and take this all in, grab a piece of paper, grab a journal, grab a pen. I hope that in tonight's class, as we talk about ways to bring routines, and I'm going to kind of match that up with some of my favorite Young Living products, you'll be able to create more calm, grounding, relaxation, and really kind of have coping mechanisms for stress. There is a lot going on in the external world right now, especially at the time of this live recording. And so what I want to say is that you have more control over those feelings and those emotions than you might think. I get it. It is so easy to get caught up in whatever it is, however this resonates for you and however this lands on your heart, whether it's now or in the future, right? Life is ebbs and flows, but, and even in just how parenting, motherhood, I mean, I've got 3 kids and life is always happening. But I am forever grateful for some of the products and the strategies that I'm going to share with you tonight, just coming from my own personal experience. I'm also a registered holistic nutritionist and have done coaching for women over the last, 9-10 years. And I'm taking some of that information of what I've done with my clients, as well as what works for me personally. And I want to share that with you tonight. And I hope that there could be even just one nugget that lands for you that you can take with you and apply as soon as possible, like tonight. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. Okay, so first things first, I think when I'm talking about like grounding and calm and relaxation, like, come on, life is always happening and it goes like a million miles an hour. But I do think that one of the most, oh my gosh, simple but effective ways to truly like root in as you begin your day is to have a solid morning routine. Stay flexible, okay? Like, I get it. Mornings can be wild depending on the age and stage of those in your house with you. But I think that there are a lot of ways that we can bring intention, what we want or expect or are creating in our day, and how we start our day. So when you're getting out of bed, what are the first thoughts you're telling yourself? Like, what are you feeling? Are you begrudging the day or the humans that have like woke you up? You're allowed to have a couple of those days. But what I'm saying is, if you could figure out a way to kind of fine tune how you are going to show up for you first and foremost, right? The oxygen mask, we're terrible at that. I know, because we're givers and we're helpers and we've got kids and you wear a lot of hats. But if you could really focus on even just one thing you're going to do in the morning for yourself. For me in the morning, when that kind of pertains to, well, I guess there's a couple of ways that I use Young Living products in that way. But first and foremost, as soon as I go into the bathroom, I kind of start my, skincare routine. There's a few essential oils and blends that I use, throughout that process, like things like frankincense or my Progessence Plus serum, which is great for healthy hormones. Oh man, if you could see my bathroom, I've got kind of like essential oils, but other like our beauty products and some of our makeup line, Savvy Minerals, kind of sprinkle through that. So when I do those things, you know what I mean? Like you feel good. It's intentional. It's like you're not putting yourself last. Sometimes, I wake up early and I'll grab my Bible or my journal and I'll grab one of my favorite oils like balsam fir, is one of my favorite ones, or Northern Lights black spruce for grounding and intention. So, there's a lot of ways that you can really create that intention first thing in the morning, making health a priority, making you a priority. And when we start our day with that kind of energy and intention, I always feel that it generally makes the rest of the day go a lot better. Mindset is powerful, but it also gives you the ability, when you're committed to that vision, when things happen, that you can pull yourself back. I like to say the art of course correcting. It's easy to pivot or pull it back in, right? So I think having a solid morning routine, we have so many products that we all love. Oh man, another one that I love too, White Angelica. It's a beautiful essential oil. And in all honesty, it's really a high vibe blend. So I put that on with the intention of keeping any of the low vibes away from me. So I'll usually do it and I'll put it over my heart. And sometimes I'll even just put it around my energy field. So if you're into that sort of stuff too, I'll just or if I think I'm going into a situation where I just need extra vibes, I'll do that. So anyways, there's a ton of different oils, even just setting your diffuser in your kitchen is a beautiful and intentional way to start the day as well too. Okay, if you're feeling stressed out, you're feeling burnt out, there's one of the first things that I always talk about with people as well too, just with my background, is, are you eating more of the right foods? Because what you're putting in your body will directly affect the energy that you have, the emotions that you're feeling. I mean, we are intricate, amazing bodies. But honestly, if we just simplified things and just really tried to nourish our body and paid attention to that, it goes a long way. So for me, one of the ways that I like to habit stack like nourishment and eating good foods, Young Living has a wonderful, an assortment of supplements and vitamins and different things that you can integrate. So a lot of us in this community really do enjoy, and we take them kind of daily. So I like to add, I take like Ningxia Red throughout the day. If you're in our community, hopefully you're in our 90-day reset or you've heard us talk about it. If you haven't yet, whoever brought you here can give you more information on Ningxia Red. Multi-greens, Super B. I take those in the morning with my breakfast. And then before bed, I take Life 9, which is our probiotic. So that's just a few, but honestly, there's lots of other ones depending on what your own health goals are. But nourishment and then considering even some proper supplementation goes a long way, and giving your body kind of the tools that it needs to handle what's going on around you in your environment, in your body, in your mind, in your heart. So those really do go a long way in creating more grounding and the body's ability to kind of cope with stress. We talk a lot in this group about like happy and healthy hormones. And again, Young Living has some great products that we usually use like every single day. There's different ones depending on what your goals are. But again, if we're paying attention to our hormones and our cycles and what's going on, there's a really good chance you're going to be able to handle what's going on around you at different times of the month or just every day. So maybe that's one area that, will land for you today that you're thinking about like, oh man, if I had to choose one thing that I wanted to start on, maybe it's understanding my cycles more. And we've been talking about that also in our 90-day reset, which is a private Facebook group that we have going. And we're just really pouring into that area with just lots of education, and it's been a lot of fun. So if you aren't in there yet, feel free to ask again, whoever brought you here tonight, they can bring you to the group. We're actually talking about a lot of our favorite cleaning products right now that Young Living has. So we've been having a lot of fun, and you're always welcome to join us. Okay. Another area that I think goes a long way, guys, this is so simple. If you do it consistently, you understand how important it is, but focusing on gratitude, journaling, writing out, taking pen to paper is powerful. Taking pen to paper is powerful. That's a tongue twister. When you can take all of the things that are going on in our heads and put it onto paper, it goes a long way in taking that. I feel that off of my heart and putting it somewhere. If things are heavy, burn that piece of paper or put it into some water. But otherwise, maybe, creating a routine and grabbing your favorite essential oil or a really, emotionally supportive blend while you write 5 things every single day that you're grateful for. Maybe that's part of your morning routine, or maybe that's a bit of your evening wind down. But that really does go a long way. Having a daily practice, something that kind of roots and grounds you into gratitude, it's a ripple effect in what that creates in your life and your world. So if you're not doing that yet, that might be one thing you want to consider as well too. Vitamin D and getting outside, I mean, again, so many times can be overlooked, but that is such a huge stress buster for so many people. And I feel that, like, if I can get my feet on the ground, if I can get outside with my kids, or we go to the bush or go to a park, like when you're feeling that overwhelm, like hopefully you take a few different strategies, or maybe it's not that you don't know these things, it's just that we often don't apply it or don't do it right. We know what we should be doing. But vitamin D on your skin and just sunshine or just rooting into the ground, like the balsam fir that I had mentioned to you, or Northern Lights black spruce or pine, all the tree oils, as we call them. When you think about a tree that really like roots into the ground and stands firm, and if you're familiar with any energy work or the chakras, right, like really feeling rooted into the earth, it's a bad feeling when you don't feel that grounding in your body or in your spirit. So for me, when I smell this, that's what I kind of envision going down beneath my feet, is that rooting or grounding. So honestly, I love them. When I first started using Young Living, which was about 7 or 8 years ago now, these ones weren't my favorite oils, but now I like crave them. Like I love them. It's great to mix with lavender as well too. But if you're looking to kind of just like slow the nervous system down and calm, any of the tree oils or getting outside, it goes a long way. So that might be something that you want to consider. A little strategy that has worked well for me when I needed it, and some of my clients as well too, is if you're feeling above yourself or outside of your body, or your days feel heavy, feeling out of sorts, a really simple strategy in your phone, add an alarm, and then add it to your calendar that you're going to take 2 breaks each day. Maybe it's in the morning and the afternoon. It could be 5 minutes, in the middle of your workday or with your kids or whatever. But you're going to take 2 breaks a day for 5-10 minutes, whatever you can do. And I want you just to focus on breathing, go outside, stand in the sunshine, grab some water, make a tea, or just even close your eyes, like whatever it is, just to shut out the world for a bit. Don't reach for your phone. You go within, just breath work, whatever that is for you. When our body is in this constant state of fight or flight, it's not good. And there's so many different parts of our body that will be burnt out. And sometimes you might just be so exhausted and you don't even know why you're feeling that way. But that is a great place to start. Again, journaling, gratitude. Maybe you do that for those 2 breaks, whatever that is. But I challenge you, if you're feeling that way right now, and you're not alone, if you are, create a special alarm that has like 5 or 10 minutes, whatever your amount of time is. Set it in your calendar 2 times a day with a notification to remind you. So when that alarm goes off, you get up, you stop whatever you're doing, and you go and you create space for yourself. And I would be so curious to know how you feel after doing that consistently for a while. But we often say we don't have enough time to take care of ourselves. But I really do think that if you dig in a little bit and take a peek at where some of your time or your energy leaks are going, there is always time for what we prioritize. So I want that to be a nudge for you to really kind of figure out a way, or what you're going to focus on as ways to support your body, support your mind, and really try to de-stress and take care of yourself. A diffuser, you see us sharing lots of, different blends that we love, and talking about, oh gosh, there's hundreds of essential oils, right? Don't get overwhelmed. But a diffuser is such a powerful tool in all areas of your life. I don't care if it's in your home, your car, your workspace, whatever, you can even just smell them right from the bottle. But a diffuser is such a powerful way to diffuse health into your home. And you can be very kind of strategic in what you're doing. Like first thing in the morning, we want something that's more energizing. Before bed, we want something that's more calming. and grounding, right? So use your diffuser as a tool that's really going to create that cozy environment and that little nudge for you in your home. It goes a long way in how you feel. And aromatherapy is really powerful in how it affects various parts of the brain and how we feel. So again, if you haven't been using it consistently, or it's been a little while, or you're using the same ones, get curious or reach out to some of us. We can share some of our favorite blends and things that we're loving right now, even seasonally. But it's a really powerful tool. And again, we have so many amazing oils that are kind of single essential oils, or some that have been blended. Like there's a blend called Stress Away. It's brilliant, and you can mix it with different things or use it straight up. It's wonderful in the diffuser as well too. So having a diffuser around you throughout the day, even 2 to 3 times a day, goes a long way in supporting how you're feeling. Okay, one of my favorite, hands down, like when life is everywhere and I just need time for myself, a bath. A bath is always the answer. So is a nap sometimes, but a bath is always the answer. So I use like a cup of Epsom salts. I use a 1/4 cup baking soda. I will take whatever essential oils I'm feeling really drawn towards and drop it onto the Epsom salts. That helps it to disperse a lot better in the water. Don't just drop it on top of the water. That's a little tip. And oh my gosh, just soak, like anywhere between 5 to 10 drops of essential oil, whatever you want to do, goes a long way. But there's so many different combinations that you can do. A bath soak for, 15 to 30 minutes until the water starts to cool down. To give yourself that time, grab a book, breathe, listen to music, listen to a podcast, an audiobook, whatever it is that you need. But again, creating that space and time in your calendar goes a really long way, allowing you to show up for yourself. So maybe it's a weekly date you have with yourself. Maybe it's a Sunday night thing before you go to bed and start your week. Get creative and think about ways that you can support your own health, because when you do so, as the, matriarch in your home and as the CEO, we often say like the gatekeeper of health, because most often we are the ones that are bringing these products and these things into our home, and what we do for our family is what they get to experience. You need to take care of yourself first. It's just the way it is. And it's not being selfish by doing that. You need to be able to do that so that you can show up for the people that you love in your life, and you can do all the things that you want to do. But you get this one vessel, and there are really a lot of ways that you can create these sacred spaces or stack some healthy habits in your day that always ensure you're showing up for yourself. And a bath soak is always a good idea. We talked about journaling and gratitude. Maybe it's reading a book, 15 minutes before bed. Turn off your phone, you stop, whatever. You can binge watch some Netflix once in a while, but if you're feeling burnt out, think of other ways that you're really going to take care of yourself and kind of up level a bit. And so for me, meditation, yoga, everything's right at your fingertips with classes and different things online now. So I would just challenge you to figure what do you need right now in the season that you're currently in? What works for me may not be perfect for you, but really think about what it is. What could I stick with? And it doesn't have to be all of these things that I'm talking about. It could be one thing, but I hope something lands for you. And I want you to trust that feeling that you have, oh, that's the thing. That's the one thing that I need right now. And then you can stack, and then you can try new things, right? But get one thing going well, and then you can see where else you want to add to that. In terms of oils and blends, there are so many. So again, whoever brought you here can really help you if you're okay, stress is one thing that is on my plate in a big way right now. As I'm creating my next wellness box or my next order with Young Living, are there any products that you would suggest? Oh my gosh, we would have a whole list for you that you could choose from. But I'm going to give you some of my favorite ones that I'm currently loving and kind of use every day. And again, they can share their suggestions with you as well too. But a few that I use kind of all day, every day with all the 5 people in my home, especially before bed, I would say too. Lavender, always a go-to. Cedarwood is great for, kind of rest and relaxation. I like to add that to the diffuser in my kids' bedrooms. I had mentioned Stress Away. It's delicious. any of the citrus oils, they're uplifting, but they're also just like, it's like happy in a bottle. So if you're needing more happy in your life, citrus fresh, bergamot, like any of the orange, tangerine, lime, honestly, like in your diffuser or just inhaling it in your hands for the day goes a long way. I love those ones. Frankincense is amazing. Peace and Calming, another blend we have that is lovely. The two that I love and use all the time, Tranquil. It's actually a blend and it comes in like a 10 milliliter like roller blend that Young Living has made. You don't have to DIY this one. And if you're into DIYing, the world is your oyster, but they have a couple of pre-blended ones. Tranquil is beautiful. Like it sits beside my bedside table. I put it on my pulse points, behind my ears, over my heart before I go to bed. Oh man, I love it so much. And Valor. Valor. Such a great oil. Also it comes actually in 5 mils in the bottle, or you can also get it in the roller blend. And I put it over my heart. It's great for the nervous system. It's grounding. It's kind of confidence. I love it. I love Valor. So if you haven't experienced that one, that you might want to add that to one of your future wish lists as well too. And again, all the tree oils, like there's so many, but using a tangible tool throughout your day with intention of taking care of yourself, grounding, it goes a long way in how you're showing up for yourself and not having that guilt of not. And they work. Like if you start using them with intent, they're working. These things are amazing. So however we can support you, wherever you're at, please let us know. That's what our community is here for. Again, we say it's about the oils, but it's so much more than the oils. We are here to cheer you on and support you. So those are just, those are just a few of the strategies. I kind of said 10 ways, some of my top 10, there might've been more than 10 ways to really bring intention and health and be very mindful when you're feeling overwhelmed. And for a lot of us right now, that is just the current situation. So please know if you need to chat or looking for some recommendations in terms of, products that Young Living has, we are always here. I think the first thing is always just paying attention to how you're feeling. If something's not feeling good, how can you change that? And how can you go really slow? It really is in the small and consistent steps. So I hope that this was helpful in some small way. Thanks so much for catching this class. We will have lots more to come in future classes. If you ever have any ideas, we love when you send us if there's something that you want to learn about a specific product, oil, something like stress or whatever it is, just let us know. We're happy to curate this to really reach you and meet you where you're at. So pass that along. Feel free always to make some suggestions. We hope to see you in a future Monday class. So I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll catch you soon. Bye, guys.